manga this time, but that's because, you know, Legend of Everfree is coming out, so expect that review later on, probably today or tomorrow, don't know. But this week we have Pony Point of View, otherwise known as PPOP. So, in this we see that Rarity, Pinkie Pie, and Twilight are basically really mad about each other because they got themselves into what looks like a shipwreck. And they all tell themselves completely and utterly different stories about what happened. Rarity saw Applejack as a better sea captain. Pinkie Pie saw Rarity as too high class, and AJ saw both of them, that is, Pinkie Pie as dim-witted and Rarity as high class and basically just Rose from Titanic. And all of them have, like, different perspectives, coming up stories and way to get away with their own thoughts and opinions, you know, to act like scapegoats and make sure that they aren't in trouble with them sinking the ship or whatever. And in return, Twilight finds out that it's actually not them that sinks the ship. It's actually a sea monster inside the sea that basically has an interest in cucumbers that accidentally sunk their ship. And the monster basically comes out and apologizes for their little incident, and, you know, all is forgiven. Now, as you can tell, there's not really that much going on in this episode by the length of this here review, because, well, not only is the Equestria Girls thing coming out, but also because of the fact I just feel like there's nothing really much to talk about in this week's episode. I mean, it's just everyone comes up with their own perspective, and then Twilight really finds out the truth of what happens, the end. And that's the way everything goes in this episode. So, I'd say in the very least that it's a simple episode that if you want to put it on in the background, then I'd say do so, because it's much more simpler and much more understandable if you have that on. So, if it interests you for any high C lessons, and this is probably up your alley, but this may not be one of the interesting episodes. But in that regards, I hope you enjoy the episode and look forward to seeing next week. But if you're wondering about the UK and the fact that they're getting all the episodes in a almost Stephen Bomb-like marathon, I'm not going to take a look at it. Yeah, I'm actually going to watch them all entirely weekly. I ain't going to, like, watch them all throughout the months and be spoiled. I actually want to go into them entirely blindly and all. So, with that in mind, see you guys for next week's episode, and hopefully we get a grand finale for Season 6. And he is looking forward to the new Equestriagals movie being at least mountable than the last one. Though the soundtrack in that last movie, with the exception of Unleash the Magic, was pretty good.